Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. One level on Euro USD could change the direction of multiple markets. In this video, we're looking at the Euro USD, Pounds USD, USDJPY, Australia USD, US30, and good. So let's dive straight to the chart. Let me break down our trade plan for the week. So let's go straight to the chart. So let's start our analysis with the pounds USD. So on my pounds USD on the daily chart, we can clearly see that we still have our price still remain on a range. You can see we still have price still remain on this range on the pounds USD. So long price still remain on the range on this pounds USD, we have to look at for the inner structure of the market to trade. So what is the inner structure of the pounds USD for this week? You can see we have price have this lower low. We have price have this lower low, then higher low, then higher low. So this is a sign of bullish momentum, but price currently close on this daily resistance level. So long we have price on this daily resistance level, this might trigger reversal of price back to the downside. So we need price to break above this resistance before start looking for possible buying opportunity to the top. So for now, we can't buy from this particular resistance level on the daily chart. Buying on this resistance level might be a trap, which can lead to losses on the trading. So it's not advisable to buy from that particular resistance level. We have to wait for price from support level for us to buy to the top. Buying from that resistance level might be a trap. So let's look at the weekly time frame to confirm the direction of the market for this week on the pounds USD. On my weekly time frame, you can see we have price on this particular support level, a resistance level. Then we can also see that we have price on this resistance level and this resistance level. So these are indication of possible price reversal to this next support level. From this support level, we can now start looking for possible strong buy to this next resistance level. Buying from this level also might be a trap on the pounds USD. So I'm not encouraging any buying from this particular resistance level. So I'll be looking for my buying opportunity from this support level or this support level. So price might also test this level before I can start looking for possible buying opportunity to the top. So buying from that particular resistance currently now is not okay to buy the pounds USD. So let's go back to our daily chart. So on our daily chart now, we have to wait for buying from these key areas, these levels, for us to start looking for possible buying opportunity on the pounds USD. Buying from this resistance is not encouraging. So let's look at our next pair. This shows that the pounds USD for us this week not that clear for the buying opportunity. So if we want to buy the pounds USD, we might wait for price to break above this high, then wait for possible buy to the top. Or for the sell opportunity, we have to wait for price to set up on this level for us to sell pounds to this support level. So let's look at our next pair. Let's look at our next pair, which is the Euro USD. Euro USD on my daily chart still have this uptrend structure. We have price creating this lower low and a series of higher low. So long we have this series of higher low, this is an indication of price still remain bullish on the inner structure. So let's look at what the major structure is saying. The major structure is still showing that price is still on a range on the Euro USD. We still have ranging trend on the Euro USD on the major structure. But the inner structure is still pointing strong bullish momentum, still building up on the Euro USD. But we can see currently price is starting to change direction on Euro USD, which is we have this higher high, then we have a lower high. So long we have this higher high and lower high, this is a sign of price to want to change direction towards to downtrend. Then we also have price close on this daily resistance. Price closing on this daily resistance may trigger the sell opportunity for the Euro USD to this next support level. So for now, we can't just take this trade this way. We have to confirm this trade before we make any possible decision. Let's look at the weekly time frame. On my weekly time frame, we can clearly see that price still closed on this weekly resistance level. We have price close on this resistance level. So long price still remain on this resistance zone, we still have a chance of price moving back to this weekly support level. So, and we don't need to buy from resistance level. We need to buy from a support level on the weekly level. So we need to buy from this particular support level. We need to buy from this support level or these support areas. Buying from these resistance areas is not encouraging, it's not advisable. This might lead to major loss on your account. So long the weekly close on the resistance level, which shows that we expect price to retrace back to what is support level. So let's look at the trend of the weekly chart on Euro USD. You can see that we still have sideways trend on the Euro USD on the weekly time frame. So long we still have a sideways trend on Euro USD on the weekly time frame, and we have price on a resistance level, we have to sell the Euro USD to this support for us to start looking for buying opportunity on the Euro USD. So we can't buy from that resistance level. We can only what buy from a support level. And if you are buying, we just know that you are trading reversal buying from this level. If we are selling also, we are also selling as a reversal from that particular level on the Euro USD. So let's go back to the daily chart of the Euro USD. So on my daily chart now, we have to look out for possible selling opportunity on the Euro USD if price can give us a setup from this particular resistance level. This would be a good area to sell the Euro USD to the downside this week. So we have to wait for that price confirmation setup for us to trade the Euro USD. But if you don't know how to take trade from this particular level and you are serious about your trading, you can book my one-on-one mentorship so that you learn the right way to trade, to take your trade to increase your profitability as a forex trader. So let's continue with analysis. Let's look at our next pair, which is the DXY. DXY on my daily chart is currently shifting trend to bullish trend. Previously, we can see we have this inner structure, higher high, then we have a lower high and a lower high. So this is indication for what? For bearish trend on the DXY. Now, what is the trend of the DXY now? We can clearly see that our trend on the DXY now started shifting. We can see we have this lower low and higher low. So this lower low and higher low indicate a shift in trend on the DXY, which is the dollar index. Then you can currently see that price also failed to close below this particular support level. So long price failed to close below this particular support level, and price also failed to close below this particular support level. This might trigger a bullish momentum for the DXY back to this next resistance level for this week. But we can't just confirm this movement from the daily time frame. We need to go to our weekly time frame to confirm if the weekly, which is the higher time frame, support this particular move on the DXY. So on my weekly chart now, we can clearly see that price still remain on this major support level. So long price still remain on this major support level, this might trigger the price on the dollar index back to this next resistance level. So we might be seeing price heading back to this resistance level because we see have price on this major support level. Except to see price break this support level before we can say we start looking for possible selling opportunity. But so long price still remain on this particular support level, this might push price back to this next resistance level on the US30. So we can't sell from a support level. That would be a totally wrong decision when you are selling from a support level. That can also lead to loss on your account. So it's not advisable to sell on a support level, majorly on a weekly support level. It's very critical selling on the weekly support level. So let's look at let's go back to our daily chart. So you can see that the daily chart is telling us that we have to look out for buy. Then the weekly also closed on a support level, which indicates it's a good confirmation for us to expect buying opportunity from the DXY this week. So long the DXY confirmed for buying opportunity this week, we have to look for possible buying opportunity on the DXY from this level to the top on the DXY. If you don't know how to do that, you can also book my one-on-one mentorship. The link also in description below. So let's look at our next pair, which is the Australia USD. Australia USD on my daily chart see have this strong momentum for buying opportunity. You can clearly see that we have this lower low, then higher low, and higher low. So this is indication for more of buying opportunity on the Australia USD. But we have price close on this particular resistance level, this resistance level. This is an indication of price reversal for the Australia USD because we can't buy from a resistance level. This is a trap buying from what resistance level. We need price to come to a support level for us to buy to the top. So we can't take any risk and buy Australia from this particular resistance level, which is very, very risky. So let's confirm the Australia trend from the weekly time frame. So on my weekly time frame, we can clearly see that Australia USD have strong bullish momentum, which is we have this lower low and a series of higher low, which shows that Australia USD have strong bullish momentum for this week. But price on the Australia USD close on a resistance level, which indicates price reversal for the Australia USD. You can see that price close on this resistance and this resistance level, then this resistance level. So this indicates reversal of price for the Australia USD to this next support level before we can start looking for possible buying opportunity from this support level to the top, because we can't buy from that particular resistance level. If you buy from that resistance level, this will lead to what? To loss. So our job now is to what? To look for a strong support level, which is this support level I just indicated now. The strong support level you can buy from that place, and it's very safe from that place for you to buy the Australia USD to the top. We still need price to come to this range, this resistance area on the Australia USD on the weekly time frame. So, but to buy to that particular level, we need price from a support for us to buy to the top. Then you can also see that the momentum of buying opportunity on the Australia on the weekly time frame is still very high. So except price break this level before we can start looking for sell. But if price remain above this level, we look for more of buy on the Australia USD. So let's go back to our daily time frame. On the daily chart now, we can clearly see that we still have price on resistance on the daily and price resistance on the weekly. So we are expecting price to what? To drop to this next support level before start looking for what? For buy. So this week, look out for your selling opportunity as a reversal trend for the Australia USD. You have to sell the Australia USD to this support level for this week before looking for any possible buying opportunity. So let's look at our next pair, which is the USDJPY. USDJPY on my daily chart still remain on a range. We can clearly see that we still have price still remain strongly on this range. We don't have clear direction yet on the USDJPY. Once we have our clear direction, we'll start looking for possible buying opportunity on the USDJPY. So let's look at the weekly time frame. On my weekly time frame, we can clearly see that the USDJPY is strongly bullish on the weekly time frame, which is we have this series of higher low, a lower low, and a series of higher low, and higher low. So this series of higher low indicates strong bullish momentum for the USDJPY. So long we have this strong bullish momentum, and we can also see that price CMA on this particular support level. So long we have strong bullish momentum and price remain on the support level, we have to look out for more of the buying opportunity on the USDJPY. So let's go back to the daily chart. So on my daily chart now, we need more clear or break of price, or we wait for price to retest this support back with a price setup for start looking for buying opportunity for the USDJPY. I know most of you don't know how to look at the setup for buy, but if you want to know how to do that, you can book my one-on-one mentorship. A link also in description below. I will also break down how to analyze your trade, how to plan your trade, how to get your proper and perfect entry for you to increase your trading profitability. You can get that in the link in description below to get my one-on-one mentorship or to book my video course. The link is in description below. So let's look at our next pair because we have to wait for possible buying opportunity from this level. Let's look at our next pair, which is the US30. US30 on my daily chart close on the daily resistance level. We see our price on this resistance level. We need price to come to a support level for us to start looking for any possible buying opportunity. So we need price to come to this support level. We can start looking for buying to the top because we see have series of higher low which can lead to possible more buying opportunity on the US30. Let's confirm this US30 direction from the higher time frame. So on my higher time frame, we can clearly see that US30 have a support level at this area. So if you are to look at or buy, we have to wait for price to retest that particular support level. Then we'll start looking for buying opportunity for the US30. So for now, we don't have a clear direction for now until we see our possible buying opportunity from this weekly support level for start looking for major buy on US30. So let's go back to daily chart. So you can see that price on the weekly close on resistance, price on the daily close on resistance. So we need the US30 to drop to this support level this week before start looking for possible buying opportunity to the top. So let's look at our next pair. Our next pair, which is gold USD. The gold USD still remain not that clear for us this week. We still have the major structures remain on a downtrend. We have this higher high, lower high, then lower high. Then we have this inner structure movement here, which is we have a lower low, then higher low, then higher low, higher low. So for us to start looking for any possible selling opportunity on this gold, we need price to break below this level, which is these areas. Then we can wait for retest for start looking for possible sell for the gold. For now, we don't have a clear direction now. But then for buying opportunity, we need price above this area. We test, then we can start looking for buying opportunity. For now, we don't have a clear direction on the gold USD for now. No clear direction. So let's confirm this any move from the higher time frame, which is the weekly time frame. On my weekly time frame, you can see we have price on the support level, but it's not that a strong support level for that can trigger major move. So we don't have a clear direction yet on the gold USD. So let's go back to the daily chart. So long we don't have a clear direction on gold USD, on the daily chart, you have to stay neutral until you see a clear confirmation of price for us to buy or sell the gold USD. If you find this analysis helpful, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more trading tips and forex analysis. Then you can also join my Telegram group. The link also in description below, where I drop great signals, good signals. You can get good signals from my Telegram group. The link also in description below. You can also watch my previous analysis where you learn how to take your trade and the perfect entries at the top. So thank you for watching. See you in my next video.